Welcome to Viera La Vida, everyone. I'm your host, Don Proto.
And I'm Alexa Jamarina.
And today we're going to be talking about what the whole weather and seasonal change and how that's been affecting everybody, especially on campus here at Loyola, and what's been going on around with the whole Thanksgiving holiday and what Loyola's been doing and what our plans are. So the first thing I just want to ask is, how has the whole seasonal weather change affected you?
Well, considering the fact that yesterday it was about 20 degrees hotter than it is today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the type of person who gets sick. Like, my throat will get itchy and dry, and I'll feel like achy, and I really think it's because of the seasonal changes and the weather changes, and because it's not like a 5-degree difference, because the winter is obviously cold.
Right.
You know, it stays cold, but it's been like hot. Like, I was wearing a short sleeve shirt and shorts the other day, and flip flops, and it's winter. So, and now I'm wearing a winter jacket, a scarf, boots, everything.
Right. And so what's been happening is that, you know, I've been talking to people from at other colleges too, and this is just like a whole nation, this is everybody.
Right.
But somebody starts getting a cold and somebody else gets it. So what do you do to sanitize yourself? Because you go to, everybody is in an environment where there's a lot of people, everybody's touching the door handles, everybody's biting their nails.
That's the problem. You don't realize that you're living with so many people. Not only do you have a roommate, but you have hallmates.
Right.
You have your whole floor. You have your building that you're in. You have your classes.
Exactly.
You're eating at Boulder, which is a huge cafeteria with so many other people. And you don't realize it, but you might have just had class and now you go and eat a hamburger.
Exactly.
You're using your hands.
You're using your hands.
So definitely make sure that you keep your hands washed. Just run to the bathroom, wash your hands.
Carry hand sanitizer with you. One of those little
and also
99
around the
cent bottles.
building, I'm
They always have
positive
those
that there's hand sanitizers. Just use one of them. I mean, yeah.
And I think that it's also smart to get sleep, drink the fluids, everything that mom says at home and all the doctors say. You have to do all of that to keep everything kind of going and everything working in your system.
Exactly.
So I think that's really smart. And I think the biggest problem with getting sick with the weather change and everything is the fact that the holidays are here. They're here. You look in the stores, it's here. The commercials are up, everything's here, everybody's going home. So I'd rather personally get sick now than go home, get sick, and during the whole Thanksgiving break, for example, and not enjoy myself with everybody. So what do we do for that? What do you prefer?
I mean, I would much rather just not be sick, but if I was to get sick, I mean, being at home and being with my mom, my dad, and just having them there, it's better. But overall, when I go home for Thanksgiving, I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go out with my family and not have to be moping behind and sick and achy. So I'm actually going home Friday. Yeah. So I hope this little itch in my throat is just because of the weather changes, which I really hope it is, because or else I'll have to go to the clinic. Which,
exactly.
But we'll be home Friday. Hopefully everything's okay, and I'll be able to enjoy my nice Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. Well, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
After going home, I'm flying out Friday, and I'm going to stay there till Sunday. So really, it's kind of just going to be family time, and we have Thanksgiving every year. So all my family's going to be coming over. And we have huge Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, now you're flying out of BWI, correct?
Right.
So how are you getting there?
I actually am going to be taking a taxi.
Yep.
That's one of the methods of transportation. Another thing that Loyola is actually starting is a bus system, and they're going to be taking people to Penn and BWI, which BWI is our airport, and then there's also Reagan. And Penn Station is the train that will take you to the Penn Station in New York. And I know a lot of people are from New York and Jersey. So from Penn Station, you can either go to Long Island, New York, or back
all
to
throughout
Jersey.
throughout all in New England.
Yeah, exactly. Just from like the two
Right.
main parts.
And the other thing that's nice too that Baltimore offers and Loyola is part of it is the College Town Shuttle, which brings you like to different colleges around in this area, as well as the malls, and they also bring you to the train station.
Exactly.
The train station is like the gate to getting to a lot of places, because even if you went home, say like in October, like you could take the College Town Shuttle instead of paying, because it's free, to Penn Station and take one of like the light rail or whatever the other train systems they have down into BWI, which can connect you to fly out there, or you can go down to DC to Reagan.
Yeah, the only thing you have to be careful with though, with the College Town Shuttle, is that a lot of people rely on the website to tell them when the shuttle's coming, which is not, it's not reliable.
True.
You need to call. The number is at the bus stop, and you have to type in the extension 410, which is
right. And that's very, like when you call, it's very accurate. So make sure you plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Make sure you have that number on hand with you before you can also find it online, because when I had to go out to the mall last week, I called online. So I think you can, just find the number online under like the frequently asked questions, and that'll give you enough time to plan accordingly, so you're not sitting out in the cold for a half hour and then worry about missing things.
And just a tip is to always have a backup plan, because the buses are reliable when you call, and like them showing up, it's very reliable.
Yeah.
But also, a few times this has happened to me, a Goucher bus will show up, which they're small, like our Loyola shuttle buses, the small ones. They're like the same style buses, and they only hold so many passengers.
Exactly.
So when they come to our stop at Loyola under the bridge, they're always filled. So we'd have to wait a whole another hour. So if you're trying to catch that train or that plane, you're cutting it short, because you're going to be an hour late.
So I mean, realistically, either you plan accordingly with the bus if you want to, that's really your cheapest route, but it may be the longest. Or Penn Station is a cheap cab right away, so I suggest doing that as well.
Cab to Penn, and then you can take the train to the plane, the airport.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a really good idea too. So there's a lot of options down here for everybody to do. They have the shuttles going that SGA's starting to do. You can find more information about that on the Loyola website. And then you can also do the cab, do the College Town Shuttle. There's so many options. I mean, if you know somebody.
And everyone's going to be traveling, really. I mean, I know a lot of the students here come from New York, New Jersey.
It's very...
So, I mean, find a buddy, pick them up, and...
It's always good to split cabs with people,
travel
especially
with
if you
people.
if you're not leaving somewhere where the shuttles doesn't come around the time that you need to be there. Just find people. With that all being said, enjoy your holiday. This is Viera La Vida. I'm Don Proto.
And I'm Alexa Giammarino.
And we'll see you next time.